Good morning and congratulations, graduates. The SIUE Alumni Association established the Great Teacher Award in 1970 to recognize SIUE faculty who have demonstrated excellence and innovation in providing an education to students and whose interaction with those students has brought about a positive and often powerful impact. Dr. David Kaplan is an associate professor of physics in the College of Arts and Sciences. He earned his bachelor's degree from New York University and his master's and PhD from Cornell University. His research work has involved experimental physics, scintillating fibers and cosmic ray detection in collaboration with a cosmic ray astrophysics group at Washington University in St. Louis. Dr. Kaplan is currently writing a textbook on the physics of waves under agreement with a major international publisher. One of Dr. Kaplan's nominators attributed his career choice to Dr. Kaplan's mentorship. After taking Dr. Kaplan's Physics of Waves course as an undergraduate in 2004, he went on to write about acoustic wave scattering for his undergraduate thesis. That led to a full scholarship at the University of Delaware's Applied Mathematics Graduate Department, where he earned a master's degree with emphasis on mathematical acoustics. These days, he is pursuing, with the help of a scholarship, a second advanced degree at the Institute of Sound and Vibration Research in England. It is my great pleasure to present the 2012 Great Teacher Award to Dr. David Kaplan.
Thank you, SJ. Hello. Congratulations. I'm really happy to be here with you today at Commencement. Thank you for having me here. Also, I want to thank the SIUE Alumni Association and also my students from whom I've learned so much for this award. To me, the existence of this award illustrates yet again the high emphasis that SIUE and also its excellent Alumni Association place on teaching. I'm proud to be able to say that the quality level of teaching by colleagues that I've observed here at SIUE is the highest that I have seen at any university. I am proud to have such colleagues here at SIUE. I, and I'm confident all of the graduates, have benefited from them. I like being a part of something good, and I know you do too. Now, I know you want to get out of here. This is commencement after all. It signals that something is finished, so I should finish. Well, I hope I'm not finished. Actually, I was hoping for another 20 years. No, not 20 years talking to you here. That would put even me to sleep. But there are a few things that I would like to remind you of. Of course, as you know, this is not the finish. At least of learning, it's only the beginning. Let's take a moment, you and I, to take stock. Where are we today? Where are you and I today? You've taken many courses. So did I. What has been gained? Well, certainly we learned facts. Facts are important. For example, it would be hard to work in, say, computers without knowing what a hard drive is. Just as it would be hard to work as a physician without knowing how the human heart works. I mean physically, at least for the moment. Just as it would be hard to work as an economist without knowing what a gross national product is. Is then learning facts so that you are prepared for your career the most important part of an education? Of course, learning facts for preparing for a career is important. But I think that there are a few things important for learning throughout life that are even more important than learning facts. One, I think, is understanding how we know what we think we know. I think this is one of the main goals of a university education. Let me ask you something. Does the sun go around the earth, or does the earth go around the sun? If you go outside and look from day to day, you know, it sure does look like the sun circles the earth. But I can see from some of your faces and some of your nodding, you're thinking, Dave, why are you asking me such a question? Of course, the earth goes around the sun. How do you know that? If this makes you pause in thought, be assured you're not alone in this. Somewhat sadly, I must tell you, relatively few people nowadays, including many very educated people, have any idea how we know this. Here's another example. Science shows us that our Earth is 4.55 billion years old. How do we know that? I'll tell you, it's a lot of fun understanding how we know these things. Another important component of a good education, I think, is the learning of a certain kind of courage. What kind of courage is this? It's not the kind of courage that, say, a bully or a conqueror has. Rather, it's the kind of courage that comes from the realization by learners that even as beginners, they and you can accomplish amazing intellectual things for yourself. And that sometimes an extensive technical background in a subject is not the most important thing. How did the ancient Greeks figure out the diameter of the earth without going through it, without going around the earth? They had no way of doing that. They had less mathematics than today's high school graduate has. What's important is the courage to ask questions and to hazard guesses and hunches. Without guesses and hunches, progress stops. But you know, simply hazarding guesses is not enough. You know, we've all seen people who just wildly guess. Key is the ability to evaluate your guesses by thinking critically and by thinking for yourself. That, I think, is really one of the main facets of a good education. The combined abilities to hazard informed guesses and to critically evaluate these guesses. And recent studies show us that we, as educators, are now not succeeding so well in that area. It's now not at all clear that the majority of today's young adults leaving college are leaving with much gained in their critical thinking ability. You will be the leaders tomorrow. To be a leader in the mid-21st century, it is so very important to be able to evaluate and to think critically. I hope that you will continue to learn and develop in this. Otherwise, you could be easily led by those who want to gull you for the sake of their own goals. That is not what we want in a democracy. And we want to hold on to our precious democracy. It is one of the true pinnacles of human civilization. Part of this, and this takes, I think, a bit of experience and continued learning, is coming to realize how strongly all areas of human endeavor are bonded together. Understanding this helps us to understand other people, to help other people, and in that, we advance our jewel, our human civilization. So we need everywhere and everyone to encourage empathy and sympathy and understanding and confidence in human thought and the achievement bred by it. this can only come from understanding what and who we are as human beings and how we came to be where we are today. With that understanding and that appreciation, with that, we can advance. These are some of the things, I think, that teachers at SIUE in all subject areas have tried to teach. I hope that we all will continue all our lives to learn these things. Now, you know, I'm told on the authority of Ecclesiastes, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And I assume that that also applies here to me. Well, I mean, at least to my talking now with you. Oh, one more thing I want to say. Go Cougars! Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kaplan, for your contributions to our university and for sharing your knowledge and passion in teaching and for clearly teaching your students to ask questions, hazard guesses and hunches, and think critically. Thank you very much.